I'm quitting YouTube. Yes, you heard me right. These were the only thoughts on my mind the whole of last week. I couldn't create, I couldn't put out content, I couldn't do anything. I just felt really overwhelmed. So I made up my mind I was going to, just quit. Even though I know deep down that quitting is not my thing. I'm not a quitter. I don't know how to start up something and just leave it halfway until I am very sure that this thing there's no road here. Or when I hear God say there's no road there. That's when I get to actually quit. I'm not a quitter. But last week was so overwhelming for me that all that was in my mind as regards this channel, even my second channel was just why this, why that? Why put in so much effort and not see results and you're still going? Why exactly are you doing that? And for the very first time in a long while, I couldn't take up my phone to make any post. It wasn't because I ran out of ideas. It wasn't because I stopped creating. It wasn't because I didn't have anything to post. It was simply because I was tired. I was overwhelmed. I was frustrated. I got to the point where I just felt like I needed to stop. Hmm. Guess what? I did. Yeah, you heard me. I did. I just stopped. But the good news here for me was in that moment where I had, completely given up, in the moment where I had completely said, there's no need, trying anymore. But in that moment where I had made up my mind, I was not going to continue. I was tired of showing up. I began to remember some things. Things like, why did you start in the first place? I had to answer the question of my why. I reminded myself that the very first reason that I created my bot account wasn't just because I wanted YouTube to pay me. Yes, that is one of the goals. I want to be monetized. I want to get paid for the effort I put in. But aside that, I also want to impact. And this is one avenue, this is one platform or one way that I know that I can impact. I post on Facebook as well. I share content, not every content, on all of my social media handles. But YouTube, I just know that YouTube is a place where years to come, people can always find my content, find it valuable at every point in time, right? It doesn't matter the year, it doesn't matter the trend. My videos are actually going to be evergreen. They're evergreen content that I put out. That was one of the reasons why I said, okay, let me begin a YouTube channel. It wasn't just because I want to get monetized. Now, after answering the question of why, the next thing that came to my mind was, if you stop this thing you're doing, what about people who are already learning from you? Right? People who already listen to you and somehow they're getting encouragement, they're getting monetization, they're getting on the right track because the channel exists. What about them? Are you also going to, just quit without even putting them into consideration? I had to think about that because sincerely, I know people who have come to my DM and they have said, "Oh, I have this problem, I have that problem. Help me with this, help me with that." And I even have people who I'm currently training. Yeah, people have paid me to train them. And I'm grateful for those people because even without the monetization on this particular channel, they still believe that I can actually train them. They still believe that I actually know what I'm doing and I can actually help them to get their monetization. So such persons, thank you so much because truth is I know a lot. I that has not worked for me does not mean I don't know how to make it work. I don't know best to explain it. I think somebody even reached out to me and person was like, but your channel is not yet monetized. So what makes you believe that you can get somebody else monetized? And I'm like, okay, I've gotten two persons monetized already. I know I've gotten some persons monetized. I know that I'm actually been able to help other people, get clarity on some things on YouTube. So because I'm not monetized on your channel does not mean that I don't have it, right? It's just unfortunate that it has taken me a longer time than I actually planned. When I came on this particular journey, I actually had high hope. In fact, in my mind, 5, 7 months, this is done. But I guess life happens. In fact, at a point, I knew that I also contributed in the sense that there were some months when I was not serious. I didn't post content. I didn't, do anything on the channel. I know all those were also contributing factors to the reason why the channel is not monetized. Now, the very painful part, in fact, the one that is making me to even say I wanted to quit, is the fact that because I have passed the 365 days mark the watch hours I've gotten last year, I begin to, reduce. And that can be very frustrating. You know how you have, managed to get to 3,000 watch hours, and then in your very before, you begin to watch them drop down. So you can't even get invited into the partnership program. So instead of getting invited into the program, your watch hours is reducing before you. And trust me, that is one of the most disheartening things that can happen. I have been so heartbroken. So now putting in more effort, trying to see how I can, get back the watch hours and actually get to pass the 3,000. Whew, that was the second thing I thought about, right? People who I'm already helping, people who are listening to me. How will they feel? Or how will I just leave them hanging, right? I am here to help somebody. I am on this channel to help somebody, grow better on YouTube because I have knowledge about how to grow on YouTube. I have been able to, learn from other people as well. So why leave them hanging? Now the other thing that came to my mind was let me use this person as a case study. Princess Chamaka. I remember the year that was 2024. I remember when I came across her video. The very first video I came across was the one where she was talking about how she wanted to also quit. Yeah, she was talking about how she was going to also quit, and then she came across Dash's video, and that was an encouragement for her. And then she decided to, give it one more try. I can remember that she was almost crying. Now, Princess Chiamaka, she's someone who, many YouTubers look up to, at least many Nigerian YouTubers look up to on the YouTube space, right? She is doing so well on her channel. So I'm wondering if she has actually given up that day, will she be here? This is just an experience for me. This is just a phase for me, which I know that is going to pass, right? I'm going to get my channel monetized. I'm going to get money from this channel. So if you're watching this at this point, don't be discouraged, right? So yes, I'm quitting YouTube. I'm actually going to be quitting, but I'm quitting the way I do YouTube. Going forward, I'm not going to be doing YouTube the way I do it, but I'm coming back with a clearer mind, right? A different perspective, a and hopefully a healthier way of doing things, right? This next week, this few, I think we have just 1 or 2 weeks left in the month of July. I'm going to be ensuring that I give my best. I have been saying, okay, I'm going to post in 3 times a week, but I don't even keep up to that. I tell other creators, do this, do that, but sometimes I see myself falling short, right? No more beating myself up, no more feeling bad that I'm not missing up to expectation, no more feeling bad that it has not worked for me. Rather than do that, I'm promising myself that I'm going to come back years after to look at the same video I'm making now and smile and say, oh, thank God you did not finally quit. Thank God you continued on this path and today this is the result. Right. So this is me saying, if you're coming across my video for the first time, trust me, you're gonna learn a lot from me. My channel is valued pack. My channel is one place that you can find solution as regards growing on YouTube, right? So go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and see you in the next video. For now, bye.